Hi everyone, this video is going to be about using JASP to do item analysis and reliability. So step one, we're going to open a data file. I'm going to go to my recent ones because I just had this. This is actually a data file that is the use of assessments dataset that is in SPSS. And I can just open an SPSS file directly in here. Because it was cleaned in SPSS, it has labels, and so it's showing me all of my labels right here, even though it's actually a 1 to 6 scale. And it even recognizes right here that it is a scale item, or an ordinal item is what it's reading as. And that will work for what we need. So I'm going to go up to the top to reliability. If you don't have reliability here, go to the add button and make sure it's checked. Under reliability, classical and unidimensional is what we are looking at. So in this data set, all I have are my items for use. So I am just going to highlight all of them and move them over. If you're new to JASP, probably you are, we're going to go over here. You can actually see the data right here, and then you can go back over here, hide the data, and we can kind of move back and forth between these three screens. That drove me nuts for a minute until I figured it out, so there's a tip. I'm going to click on this analysis, and I'm going to scroll down. I don't want McDonald's. I'm going to uncheck that. I'm going to check Cronbach's alpha. I'm also going to check Cronbach's alpha if item is deleted, and that's going to show me that if I get rid of a certain item, can I actually increase or decrease my, my alpha. I am also going to go down here and check item rest correlation to see how each individual item is contributing to the whole, ideally above a 0.4. I'm also going to click mean and standard deviation to add to that table, and now I have for each item, I know what the mean score was and the standard deviation, because we're going to want that for the descriptive statistics that we are doing with each item. There are other things that JASP does. So if you have reverse scaled items, you can actually handle that right here, which is so incredible, and you don't necessarily have to do it yourself. So you can just click certain ones and it will reverse code it for you. There is another one all the way at the bottom, but we're not really going to mess with that guy. Where'd it go? So there's advanced options that you can click through and look at. You can do list-wise deletion or pairwise. It defaults to pairwise, and that is completely fine for what we are using it for. List-wise, just make sure that you get rid of every single possible missing data, and you can't analyze it if they're missing data on one item, their entire response is gone. Pairwise means that it tries to pair everything it can, even if there's missing data on one. So we're gonna leave that just like that. And that's everything we're going to click. So now we can look at this. Quick hint, if you click way up here, you can copy the entire thing and move it right straight into Word, which is great. So the alpha in this case is a 0.86, which is a really good alpha. We want above a 0.7 to be reliable, so this is a very reliable measure. I can scan through here, so 0.86, and see if there are any items that I could get rid of and increase my alpha. And in this case, no, all of these items are contributing really nicely. There is nothing here that's going to increase my alpha. This is really only important if you have a low alpha, so your reliability is really off. Then you want to look and scan for ones that are essentially problem items. We can also scan through the item rest correlation, and we want to make sure everything is about a 0.4 or above. Some citations will actually drop this to a 0.3, but I like 0.4. So scanning through, we've got this one right on that cusp, so it's contributing. I'm going to round that to a 0.4 anyway, so everything looks really good. Then I can scan through my means and see what are the high responses. This is a 6-point scale. And what are the low responses? So they're really positive about revising data immediately, but they are not breaking down data and using it in a disaggregated manner very often. So we're seeing less of that, less of revising their curriculum based on data later. They're revising it now, but not later. And then of course we report standard deviations as well. And that's all.